What if I told you that becoming fluent in English is not about talent, but about strategy? Imagine confidently expressing yourself in any situation, connecting with people around the world, and unlocking doors to endless opportunities, all because you mastered English like a pro. Does this sound out of reach? It's not. Most people struggle because they're stuck in outdated methods, repeating the same mistakes without progress. But here's the secret. With the right approach, learning English can be simple, exciting, and even fun. Whether you're battling grammar, nervous about speaking, or feeling stuck, this is your moment to change that. Stay with me, and I'll show you exactly how to break free from frustration and start learning English like a true pro. Ready to take the first step? Let's dive in. Learning English can be challenging, and many learners face similar struggles that make the journey frustrating. One of the biggest hurdles is feeling stuck in the same loop, making the same mistakes over and over again. You might find yourself understanding the rules of grammar in theory, but when it comes to speaking or writing, errors still creep in. This can make you feel like you're not improving, no matter how much effort you put in. Another common issue is the fear of speaking in front of others. Nervousness, hesitation, and the fear of making mistakes can stop you from practicing, which is essential for growth. You may feel embarrassed, worrying about what others will think if you get something wrong. On top of these challenges, the sheer number of resources available, apps, books, videos, and courses can feel overwhelming. Instead of helping, it often leaves you wondering where to start or which method will actually work for you. This leads to wasted time and energy on ineffective approaches, which only adds to the frustration. These struggles are not a reflection of your ability, but of the approach you're using. With the right strategies, you can overcome these hurdles and make real progress in learning English. In this video, you'll learn proven techniques to master English like a true professional. These aren't just ordinary tips. They're actionable strategies designed to help you learn faster, more effectively, and with greater confidence. Whether you're struggling with grammar, hesitant to speak, or overwhelmed by resources, this video will guide you step by step on how to overcome those challenges. By focusing on smart, practical methods, you'll build strong communication skills and start using English with ease in everyday life. Get ready to take your learning to the next level and achieve the fluency you've always dreamed of. Step 1. Build a strong foundation. Building a strong foundation is the first and most important step to learning English like a pro. Just like a house needs a sturdy base to stand tall, your English skills rely on understanding the basics of grammar, expanding your essential vocabulary, and mastering pronunciation. Without these key elements, you'll find it hard to progress to more advanced levels or communicate confidently. 1. Focus on basic grammar. Grammar is the backbone of any language. It helps you form sentences correctly and express your thoughts clearly. Start with simple rules, such as subject-verb agreement, sentence structure, and verb tenses. Learning these fundamentals will make it easier to understand and communicate in English. For example, knowing when to use he is versus he was can instantly improve your writing and speaking. Focus on mastering one concept at a time instead of overwhelming yourself with everything at once. Practical tip: use grammar-focused apps like Duolingo or Grammarly to practice daily. These platforms provide interactive lessons that make learning engaging and easy. Additionally, invest in beginner-friendly grammar books like English Grammar in Use by Raymond Murphy for a clear and comprehensive understanding. 2. Build essential vocabulary. Vocabulary is your toolbox for communication. Without enough words, even the best grammar won't help you express yourself. Focus on learning essential words and phrases that are commonly used in everyday situations. For example, start with basic categories like family, food, and travel, and gradually expand to more specific topics related to your interests or profession. To make vocabulary stick, use it in sentences. Instead of just memorizing apple, say, I like to eat an apple every morning. This not only helps retention, but also builds your confidence in using new words. Practical tip: create flashcards to learn new words, or use apps like Anki or Quizlet, which allow you to review and test yourself. Watching English movies or listening to podcasts can also introduce you to new vocabulary and context. 3. Master pronunciation. Pronunciation is often overlooked, but is a crucial part of effective communication. Even if your grammar and vocabulary are strong, unclear pronunciation can lead to misunderstandings. Start by learning the sounds of English, especially those that don't exist in your native language. For instance, English has distinct sounds like th in think or r in read, which may be tricky for some learners. Practice speaking slowly and clearly, paying attention to how words are pronounced by native speakers. Listening and repeating are key to improving pronunciation over time. Practical tip: use pronunciation tools like Forvo, which provides audio pronunciations from native speakers, or try shadowing exercises, repeating what you hear in movies or audiobooks. 4. Work with tools and language partners. Technology makes it easier than ever to build a strong foundation. Online apps like Babbel, Memrise, and Rosetta Stone offer comprehensive lessons in grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Additionally, books and online resources can provide structured learning. Partnering with a language buddy is also highly effective. Practice conversations with someone fluent in English, whether online or in person. Language exchange platforms like Tandem or HelloTalk connect you with native speakers who can guide you. By focusing on these foundational elements, you'll set yourself up for long-term success, making it easier to learn English confidently and like a pro. Step 2. Practice with purpose. When it comes to mastering English, practice isn't just about repetition. It's about practicing with purpose. Active learning is the key to making real progress. Instead of passively absorbing information, you need to actively engage with the language every single day. This means speaking, writing, and immersing yourself in English in ways that challenge and improve your skills. 1. Focus on active learning. Many learners make the mistake of only reading books or listening to podcasts, hoping that exposure alone will make them fluent. While input is important, it's not enough. To truly improve, you need to actively use the language. This means speaking and writing every day, even if it's just to yourself. For example, try recording yourself speaking about your day in English or practicing conversations with your reflection in the mirror. This helps build confidence and trains your mind to think in English. Writing daily, whether it's a journal entry, an email, or a short story, also reinforces grammar and vocabulary, giving you hands-on experience in using what you've learned. Practical tip: use the voice recorder on your phone to track your speaking progress over time. You will notice improvements in pronunciation, fluency, and confidence. 2. Join online communities. Practicing with others is one of the most effective ways to learn English. Joining online communities allows you to interact with other learners or native speakers in real time. Platforms like Reddit, Facebook groups, or language forums offer a space to ask questions, share tips, and participate in discussions. Engaging with these communities exposes you to new perspectives and everyday language use. You'll learn slang, idioms, and cultural nuances that textbooks often miss. Plus, seeing other learners' progress can motivate you to keep going. Practical tip: participate in online challenges, like writing a post in English every day or sharing a short video of yourself speaking. This makes learning interactive and fun. 3. Watch English videos with intent. Watching English videos, whether movies, YouTube tutorials, or TED Talks, can be a great way to improve your listening skills, but it's important to watch with a purpose. Instead of just enjoying the content, pay close attention to how words are pronounced, how sentences are constructed, and how expressions are used. Pause and repeat phrases, mimicking the speaker's tone and intonation. Write down new words or idioms you hear, and try to use them in your own sentences. This transforms passive entertainment into an active learning experience. Practical tip: watch videos with subtitles at first, but gradually move to no subtitles as your skills improve. Shadowing, or speaking along with the video, is an excellent way to boost your fluency. 4. Practice with a language buddy. Having a language partner can accelerate your progress. A buddy, whether another learner or a fluent speaker, gives you the opportunity to practice real conversations. Platforms like Tandem, HelloTalk, or Meetup can connect you with partners from around the world. Speaking regularly with a buddy improves your confidence, helps correct mistakes, and exposes you to natural English usage. It's also a great way to stay motivated, as you'll be accountable to someone else. Practical tip: schedule at least 2 practice sessions a week with your buddy. Focus on conversational topics like hobbies, travel, or daily routines to make it enjoyable. Practicing with purpose means immersing yourself in English through speaking, writing, and structured interactions. Active learning transforms your efforts into real progress, helping you build fluency, confidence, and the skills you need to communicate like a pro. Step 3. Mimic the pros. To truly learn English like a pro, you need to emulate the way native speakers communicate. This means focusing on more than just grammar and vocabulary. It's about capturing the rhythm, tone, and expressions that make English sound natural. Mimicking native speakers can significantly boost your fluency and help you develop a polished accent and conversational ease. 1. Why mimicking matters. When you listen to native speakers, you'll notice their intonation, pacing, and how they emphasize certain words to convey meaning or emotion. These nuances are just as important as the words themselves. For instance, the way someone says "really" with a rising tone can mean curiosity, surprise, or skepticism depending on the context. By mimicking these patterns, you begin to sound more natural and fluent. It also helps you break out of the monotony of textbook English, teaching you how to express yourself dynamically and authentically. Practical tip: pay attention to not just what native speakers say, but how they say it. Observe body language, facial expressions, and voice modulation, which are all integral to effective communication. 2. Practice shadowing. One of the most effective ways to mimic native speakers is through shadowing. Shadowing is the practice of listening to audio clips and repeating what you hear as closely as possible, matching the speaker's tone, intonation, and even pauses. This technique trains your brain to think in English and helps you internalize natural sentence structures. Start with short audio clips, such as podcast excerpts, YouTube videos, or dialogue from movies. Play the clip, pause after each sentence, and repeat what you hear. Gradually increase the difficulty by choosing longer passages or faster speakers. Practical tip: use apps like ELSA Speak or YouTube videos with subtitles to practice shadowing. For beginners, start with slower-paced content like children's stories or beginner-level podcasts. 3. Learn through real conversations. Mimicking native speakers doesn't stop at shadowing. It's equally important to apply what you learn in real conversations. Talking to native speakers or fluent English users allows you to practice tone and expressions in context. You'll also gain insight into slang, idioms, and cultural nuances that are hard to pick up from books alone. If you don't have access to native speakers, consider joining online language exchange platforms like HelloTalk, Tandem, or Italki. These platforms connect you with language partners or tutors who can provide real-time feedback on your speaking style. Practical tip: during conversations, focus on clarity and natural flow. Don't worry too much about mistakes. They're part of the learning process. Ask your partner for feedback on your pronunciation and tone. 4. Immerse yourself in native content. Another way to mimic the pros is to immerse yourself in native content like movies, TV shows, podcasts, and audiobooks. Pick content that matches your interests so learning feels less like a chore and more like entertainment. Notice how characters express emotions, use slang, and respond in conversations. Pause and repeat phrases you like. Then try using them in your own sentences. Mimicking native speakers through active listening, shadowing, and real conversations bridges the gap between learning and fluency. By emulating the pros, you'll gain confidence, improve your accent, and develop a natural way of speaking English that truly sets you apart. Step 4. Master your mindset. Learning English like a pro isn't just about grammar, vocabulary, or pronunciation. It's also about building the right mindset. Many learners struggle with fear, self-doubt, or frustration, which can block progress. To truly excel, you need to overcome these mental barriers. Embrace mistakes as part of the process and celebrate your growth along the way. 1. Overcoming fear and self-doubt. One of the biggest hurdles in learning a new language is the fear of making mistakes. Many learners hesitate to speak because they worry about being judged or misunderstood. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not failures. They're stepping stones to improvement. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new that brings you closer to fluency. Think of children learning to talk. They mispronounce words, use incorrect grammar, and make plenty of errors, but they don't stop trying. Why? Because they see language as a tool for expression, not perfection. As an English learner, you should adopt the same attitude. Focus on communicating your ideas, not on speaking perfectly. Practical tip: replace negative thoughts like, "I'll sound stupid," with positive affirmations like, "Every sentence I speak makes me better." Shift your mindset from fear to excitement about learning. 2. Embrace mistakes as part of learning. Perfection is a myth. Even native speakers make mistakes. They stutter, forget words, or mix up grammar rules. So, don't let the fear of imperfection stop you from practicing. Instead, view mistakes as valuable feedback. For instance, if you mispronounce a word during a conversation, you'll likely remember the correct pronunciation the next time. Mistakes are not signs of failure, but proof that you're pushing your limits and improving. Practical tip: keep a mistake journal. Write down errors you make while speaking or writing and the corrections. Reviewing this journal will show you how far you've come and help you avoid repeating the same mistakes. 3. Celebrate small wins. Learning a language is a journey, and like any long journey, it's important to celebrate milestones along the way. Whether you successfully order food in English, watch a movie without subtitles, or learn a new set of vocabulary words, every achievement deserves recognition. Celebrating small wins keeps you motivated and helps you maintain a positive attitude. It reminds you that progress is being made, even if fluency feels far away. These celebrations can be as simple as treating yourself to something you enjoy or sharing your achievement with a friend. Practical tip: set small, achievable goals each week, like learning 10 new words or practicing speaking for 15 minutes daily. When you reach these goals, reward yourself. 4. Stay inspired. Motivation can waver, especially when progress feels slow. To stay inspired, remind yourself why you're learning English. Whether it's for your career, travel, or personal growth, keep your goals front and center. Surround yourself with success stories of people who mastered English. It's proof that you can do it too. Mastering your mindset is the foundation for learning English like a pro. By overcoming fear, embracing mistakes, and celebrating small wins, you'll stay motivated and confident. Remember, learning a language is not about perfection. It's about progress. Keep going, and you'll achieve more than you ever thought possible. If these tips are helpful so far, hit the like button and let me know in the comments. What's your biggest struggle in learning English? Step 5. Stay consistent and track progress. Consistency is a secret ingredient to mastering any skill, including learning English. It's not about how much time you spend in one sitting, but how often you practice over time. Daily effort, combined with clear goals and progress tracking, ensures steady improvement and keeps you motivated. 1. The power of daily practice. One of the most common mistakes language learners make is relying on sporadic bursts of study. You might study for hours one day and then skip the next week, only to find you've forgotten most of what you learned. This pattern leads to frustration and slow progress. Instead, aim for consistent daily practice, even if it's just 15 minutes a day. Short, focused sessions are easier to maintain and help you internalize what you've learned. Over time, these daily efforts compound, creating a strong foundation and steady growth. Practical tip: treat language learning like brushing your teeth. Make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. Set a fixed time each day, whether it's in the morning, during lunch, or before bed, and stick to it. 2. Setting clear and achievable goals. Goals give your learning direction. Without them, you risk feeling lost or unmotivated. However, it's important to set realistic and specific goals that match your current level and needs. For example, instead of saying, "I want to become fluent," set smaller, actionable goals like learning 10 new words every week, writing a short paragraph in English every day, watching a 5-minute English video without subtitles. These smaller goals are not only more achievable, but also help you build momentum. Each goal reached is a stepping stone toward fluency. Practical tip: break long-term goals into weekly or monthly milestones. Track your progress and celebrate when you hit each target. It'll keep you motivated to keep going. 3. Tracking your progress. Tracking progress is crucial for staying motivated and recognizing how far you've come. It's easy to feel like you're not improving when you focus only on the big picture. Progress tracking helps you see small, incremental achievements that might otherwise go unnoticed. Keep a journal of your learning activities. Write down what you studied each day, such as new vocabulary words, grammar rules, or speaking practice sessions. Periodically review this journal to see patterns in your learning and identify areas that need improvement. Practical tip: use apps like Duolingo, Anki, or Quizlet to track vocabulary and skills. These tools often have built-in tracking features that show your progress over time. 4. The key is consistency. Remember, 15 minutes a day is better than 2 hours once a week. Language learning is like watering a plant. It needs regular attention to grow. Even on busy days, prioritize a small amount of time for English. Consistency and progress tracking are the pillars of successful language learning. By committing to daily practice, setting clear goals, and monitoring your improvement, you'll stay motivated and see steady progress. Small steps every day lead to big results over time. Stay consistent and watch your English skills flourish. Real-life example of success. Meet Sarah, a young professional from Spain who always dreamed of working in an international company. Her biggest hurdle? She lacked confidence in speaking English and often felt overwhelmed by the complexities of grammar and pronunciation. She'd been studying English for years, but struggled to use it effectively in real-life situations. One day, Sarah decided to change her approach. Instead of passively studying, she committed to practicing with purpose. She started with the basics, focusing on building a strong foundation of essential grammar and vocabulary. She used language apps daily for 15 minutes and practiced pronunciation with online videos. Sarah also embraced the mimic the pros technique. She listened to podcasts by native speakers, repeating sentences to match their tone and intonation. Shadowing became her favorite method, and soon she noticed her speaking skills improving. To overcome her fear of making mistakes, Sarah joined an online language exchange group. She practiced speaking with people worldwide, celebrating every small win, like holding a conversation without hesitation. Over time, her confidence grew, and she began presenting ideas fluently at work. Today, Sarah is a confident English speaker, thriving in her international career. The takeaway: Sarah's success shows that anyone can achieve their goals with consistent practice, the right mindset, and actionable techniques. If Sarah can do it, so can you. Learning English like a pro isn't about being perfect. It's about making consistent progress. Don't wait. Start practicing now. Subscribe for more tips, and let's master English together. Your journey starts here.